Hello and welcome to 60 Seconds with Sergio. I am your host, Sergio Cabanas, attorney at law here in Florida. Thank you for joining me today. Today's question is, Sergio, I've decided to get married. However, I want to make sure that I protect my income and assets in the event of a divorce in the future, and I want a prenuptial agreement. So tell me, how can I get one of those great, legally binding, awesome, valid prenuptial agreements? Believe me, I know that the first temptation, as with everything else, is to go to Google and simply download a form and boom, you think you're done, right? Wrong. Do all you can to resist that temptation. Most people don't realize that one of the most litigated issues in family law is the validity of the prenuptial agreement. It has to be rock solid. Otherwise, the court will find any excuse to invalidate it, and you're out there in a divorce court without a prenuptial agreement. So normally there are 4 conditions that should be met for a good prenuptial agreement to withstand any challenges. One of them is that the agreement itself must have terms and conditions that comply with Florida law. The agreement should also contain substantial, or I prefer full, comprehensive financial disclosures, and these disclosures are to be attached to the agreement. The disclosures would reveal all of the assets and the incomes of the respective parties. Third, I like the prenuptial agreement to be finalized and signed at least 3 weeks prior to the wedding, if not more. And fourth, the courts generally look at whether the spouses were represented by independent attorneys at the time of the agreement. Usually the spouse will start to claim that if he or she didn't have an attorney at the time of the prenup, that the other spouse had some kind of an unfair advantage over them, and therefore they didn't understand the agreement, they didn't know what they were waiving in the agreement, and therefore they will seek to invalidate the agreement. The way to avoid that is by simply having an attorney that is at least available to advise both spouses as to their rights and liabilities under the agreement. So with that being said, please, I beg you, please do not cut corners when it comes time to have a valid prenuptial agreement drafted and executed by the parties. To me, a prenup is like doing surgery. You want to make sure you get an experienced, a competent surgeon to do the procedure. Now, you could just Google the procedure and go to the garage with a butter knife and a bottle of Jack Daniels, hope for the best. Chances are it's not going to work out for you. So I hope you understand now the importance of the prenuptial agreement and the importance of having it validly drafted and executed before the wedding. So I hope this video provided you with some guidance over this important area of the law. Of course, this is not a substitute for an actual consultation with a knowledgeable attorney who can review the specific facts of your case. Thank you again for joining me, and as always, stay informed so you can stay strong.